Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Phil with another Canvas Code tutorial. This time we're going to address one of the most well-known features of any website, hypertext linking. Now this isn't going to be about how to link to external pages, everyone knows how to do that. Instead we're going to link within our own page so we can jump to different parts. To do this we're going to need one element and one attribute, the A tag and ID selector. And this works best when you have a lot of text and multiple headings. So let's use the headings as our anchors and jump to them. In practice though, you can basically jump to anything with an ID. This is what we're going to do. I want to make a navigation menu of sorts at the top of the page so students can just continue where they left off from the last time. Let's set up this heading at the bottom of the page with an ID. And after that, we'll add a navigation link at the top of the page to jump down here. So this seems like a good enough heading to try out. So what we need to do is go into the HTML and go all the way down to the bottom where we had our heading. We go into the first H2 tag here, press space, ID equals, and then open a quote, and I'm going to name this 4, and then close that quote. And now we have an ID, and we can save it. It doesn't do anything at the moment, but this element here now has an ID associated with it. Now let's add this navigation link to jump down to the bottom there. So let's edit the page, go into the code, press return here, and type this. Angle bracket A href equals, and remember I put the ID of 4 as the heading ID. Well, what I need to do now is type hash FOUR 4, close that tag there, and then I will say jump to section 4 and then close the anchor element completely. And when we save it, now we have this link. And when we click it, it jumps down to the 4th section here. And this should work on mobile as well, like that. And you can set this up for all of them and link to anything that can be given an ID attribute. So we've made this link here that jumps to the heading that says 4th here. But what about when we get to the bottom and then we don't want the students to scroll back up, we want to have a link that takes them straight back to the top? Well, we can do that by going back into here again, going down to the bottom of the page in the code, and then right here is right at the bottom of the section 4, and I'll just make another one, another A tag, href equals, open quote, and I'm just going to put a hash in there and close the quote, and then say return to top. And there you go. Once I save that, I can jump to section 4, and here I can jump back to the top again. Now if you have a particularly long page, you could put these return to top links after everything, and then they could jump back up. And if you wanted to, you could have the entire page laid out here where you would say section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, whatever you want to call them. And next to every one, you'd have a return to top link that sent it back to the top of the page. Well, that's pretty much all there is to that one. A very simple way to add links that take students from one part of the page to another. What's really useful about this is because it jumps to a certain ID on the page, if you want to link to this page and jump straight here, all you do is link it as normal, but you would just add this hashtag 4 to the end of the full URL when you are linking it. So it will jump straight there. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.